Namaste, everyone. Greetings. So I'm just having a little laugh here because I was watching someone else's YouTube video, and of course, YouTube is amazing. Um, where else can we go in one place and find all these amazing creative artists, teachers, healers, and anything else you could think of? You could find, you could YouTube anything: how to clean the hair out of your bathtub, or how to change the filter in your car engine. So YouTube is amazing. I wanted to say thank you to Google Corporation and YouTube for this opportunity. And my name is Dana. I just wanted to share a couple of quick things that I've been learning over the past couple of decades, 20, 25 years now. I left the corporate world about 23 years ago, and I've been self-employed ever since, which is amazing because I've done it all by the grace of God, literally. And leaving the corporate world was quite an adventure and experience. So it has brought me a long way. Um, I remember reading one of my first books out of college. I didn't read much in high school. There wasn't very much to read, but in college I did. And then I started reading self-help books. And one of the first ones I read, ironically, was when I first started this brand new job. I had my own desk. I was given a desk and a little place where I could put my stuff and everything. And in the drawer of the desk was a book by Norman Vincent Peale. And a lot of you probably know it. It's a classic self-help spiritual book called The Power of Positive Thinking. It's an excellent book. I recommend that for anyone who's considering wanting to think more positively, and that is really helpful. As a matter of fact, we have a choice. We could either be an optimistic or a pessimistic, and so there's a choice every moment. And I think over time, we do find that being optimistic really is the best way to go. That's what I found. So that's one of the things I like to share with other people is my journey from going from, you could say, nowhere to now here, or alone to all one, and what that's done for me. And I've been thinking about a little bit about the teachings of Yeshua or Jesus, whatever you like to call him. I like to refer to him as Yeshua ben Joseph. And I do love the teachings of the New Testament. I don't consider myself a Christian, but I do consider Yeshua one of our best teachers when it comes to love and forgiveness. So that brings up our topic today, love and forgiveness. And of course, there's a lot of videos out there. There's many, many videos out there teaching you how to possibly love yourself and maybe forgive yourself too. What I have found is that we're conditioned in this world to actually, how can you say it, disregard ourselves, because I think some of the maybe well-intended teachings from certain scriptures, encourages us to always say, turn the other cheek. Maybe that's a good place to start. By turning the other cheek, I think a lot of us misinterpret that. And I know for myself, I misinterpreted it for sure. And I wondered, what does it really mean to be a loving person? And I think that's the one thing that we really need to understand is that, of course, it's important to be loving, to be accepting, and that doesn't mean that you have to be, agreeing to everything or everyone all the time. That is not the true meaning of love, and it is important to know what that really means and how does that work in our life. What does that look like? I ask that question a lot. Give me an example. What does it look like to actually be loving? Well, what I have found is first, we have to, they say when you get on an airplane, put your oxygen mask on first and then help someone else to put the oxygen mask on. I love that analogy because to me, that's really true. That's the way to live our life. When we first help ourselves, then we have more to give others. And when we don't help ourselves, we disregard ourselves, or we even betray ourselves, then we have really nothing to give. And I have done that in an amazing relationship that I have no regrets about, that I realized after 6.5 years I was betraying myself because I was giving everything to another person and I was disregarding myself, basically just kind of not even considering what I wanted to do with my life. I was so focused on this other person that I completely forgot who I was. So that's an example. And I think that's I have to say, I don't think, but I know now out of experience that when we disregard ourselves for another person, it's tragic. It's one of the worst things we could do. I call that self-betrayal. And one of my favorite books I've been reading, I mentioned on another video, is Conversation with God. And in the first book, he says, betrayal of the self is the highest form of betrayal. And I found that to be really profound. Before I read that book, I really was kind of almost clueless and unaware of what that really meant. What does it really mean? Betrayal of the self. Well, again, it means that we disregard ourselves for someone or something. It could even be a family member. It could be husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, any relative, or even a friend. I think I've done that with friends too. So over time, you learn to put yourself first. That's the most important thing I could think of, is always have self-respect and self-esteem for yourself, which means self-acceptance. So when we accept ourselves, then we make sure that our needs are being met first. So say, for example, you live with a family. Like when I was growing up, I lived with my sister, and she had, I think, 3 kids of her own, and then there was 2 or 3 of us beside myself, and I would cook breakfast for everyone. And so say, for example, you feed everybody else and you don't feed yourself, you're going to have a problem, because we really need, that's just a little example I can think of. It's just a story of, just kind of an example of saying how we really do need to take care of ourselves. And I wanted to share with everyone, I'm a little camera shy. I haven't done a video for a while. But my point is, to thy own self be true, what Shakespeare said, right? To thy own self be true. So always remember to put yourself first, love yourself, and accept yourself, just by knowing that we are all children of the divine, and it doesn't matter what color our skin is, if we're in our, if we're a teenager, if we're a young adult, if we're in our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s. It doesn't matter what country we're born in. It doesn't matter what language we speak, or specifically our status of financial abundance or not. Money does not define who we are at all, and it doesn't make us more valuable because we have more money, which is another false belief our society perpetuates on us, is that the more money you have, the more valuable you are, which is really ridiculous, because again, money has nothing to do with how valuable we are. We are inherently valuable. So that's my message for right now. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, you are a valuable person. And also to begin this process, it really is important to let go of the, let go of the offenses. So, or pain, hurt from previous relationship, we all have it. And so that's where forgiveness comes in. Always remember to forgive yourself and forgive the other person. And then once we do that, we can begin to really accept ourselves for who we are and love ourselves and know that we are beautiful no matter what. And we deserve everything, the same thing that everyone else does. We're all children of the same God. So thank you very much. It's been great sharing this video with you all. I'm not concerned with you liking the video or subscribing. That's not really my intention. I say what I wanted to say is try it or deny it, and if you do like the video, just think about it, share it with a friend if it's helpful, just make a comment. And again, thank you for being here. I wish you all the best, and bye for now. Namaste.